pasta story that I would love to make, and I actually was able to make one. Now guys, it's you guys can like it if you want. I won't care that much, but I'm just gonna go over the story while you guys get to see my loot. Okay guys, so let's actually start off. Now I actually have no clue what to name it, but I'm actually gonna go over the requirements of actually what to do. Now you guys can like it, think it's real if you want, but I'm actually gonna tell you a story that I made, a fake Fortnite story. It all started in a match where these two players were playing duos. The skins that they were wearing are, you guys have to remember these skins. They were wearing, one of them were wearing the Cuddle Team Leader, and one of them were wearing, of course, and one of them were wearing the Nutcracker. Now I'm gonna actually point out where they died. Now as you guys see that waypoint, that is actually where they died. They died somewhere around Junction. Now I'm actually gonna keep going, diving into the tale. I'm actually kind of tearing a little because I was thinking about this, and this was freaking me the hell out. Now I'm gonna remind you of something else. Now this is where it actually gets really juicy. Now the requirements are you should never play Fortnite while alone. Now actually this is just fake, so you guys don't need to believe it. Never play Fortnite alone, which means never play solo. Now in this fake story, something happened. A kid was actually playing it, and actually I have no idea what to call this, but a little kid was literally playing this game mode. Was playing the game mode Playground by himself just to practice his building. Next thing you know it, he actually went to Junction, and there is a requirement that you have to do to act like, get the guy out, those two players. So what the player did was you were not allowed to make a lot of noise in this. Yep, you were not allowed to make too much noise, or else you will be hearing a lot of footsteps, as well as you will be having visions of those two players. So this kid went over to Junction, but he actually was using the cart. Like I said, do not make too much noise. Because when the kid made a lot of noise, he actually heard weird footsteps coming out from behind him, and somehow he couldn't hear his own footsteps. When he actually did that, all hell broke loose right then and there. What happened with the kid was that this happened. Well, this is what happened with the kid. He went there into actually hearing footsteps behind him, but then the next thing you know it, he went to in the store he did go to Tilted Towers and to actually making this happen. Next thing you know it, the kid sees something. The kid sees something on that hill. If he had a sniper, so he had a thermal scope. Next thing you know it, he zoomed in. When he zoomed in, with the thermal scope, he saw no one there, but he actually saw someone. Next thing you know it, this got really creepy by the moment. The kid was actually freaked out because those players weren't real. Now after that, he was keep looking through the thermal scope, but actually they were not appearing. Now when that happened, he went to the hospital due to him having a little issue. After that, they said he was seeing visions of players who actually have died in the game, but somehow their accounts ended up in the game. Now let's actually go over the requirements for this. Now this is fake, remember people. Since this is fake, your mission is to actually play a match of Fortnite alone. And if you actually spot these two players, then you are personally haunted by these two accounts. Now actually, now no, I don't know why. I was thinking of how in the world this happened. But now we're actually going to another kid in the fake story who played this. This time he took it to the next level. Another part of the story was actually, if you go there, never go back to Haunted Hills. And the creepypasta. This is because you are actually kind of alert, because if you guys actually look at something, if you guys look, I'm talking look at that, as we all know, with that grave with the stone on the floor, if you look at it, it will say X22. Now it will be the X and then two L's. Now as we all know, that means actually number 2, and 10 plus 2 is 12. So actually there has to be a few things in the game that have the number 12 on it. For example, hold up. Now actually I was at first thinking that if the clock tower would actually appear. But as you all know, the clock tower appears at different times into actually doing this. But now this is where the kid got freaked out. He went to the tilted, he alerted them, but actually after he actually could see them, he literally went to Haunted Hills to see if there's any way to get rid of him, but he literally did something wrong. Now that he actually went back to the towers, and remember the time. The time was 5:30. The next thing you know, when he got back to Tilted Towers, it literally just said 3 a.m. Now this freaked, I'm talking freaked up everyone in the game. Now after that, the kid started getting freaked out because actually it took him like 2 minutes to get back. Well, actually he used a launch pad. He had 3 launch pads, so he used them. So he didn't take so long. Next thing you know, he went back to Haunted Hills, and then actually the grave was still there. He went back to the Tilted to see if anything changed. Next thing you know, now this is where I also freaked out, got scared. I'm zoomed all the way over to 3 a.m. And the next thing you know what, a llama literally spawned right next to him. And now this freaked him out so much that he actually left Fortnite. But now his friend wondered why he got off Fortnite. But he said his friend asked him this: why are you playing Call of Duty? But actually his friends was keep telling him he was Fortnite. But then his friend actually went offline straight right in there. Now the next thing you know, his friend was actually screaming. The next thing you know what, now this is where something happened to his friend. Literally this happened. He was literally screaming on the phone. He texted his friend, and then he called his friend to see if everything was okay, to see what happened. Next thing I know, his friend was screaming when he called. Straight up on the phone, and then I just hang up. And now, guys, this is why did I make the story like this? But when he did that, something creepy happened. Next thing you know, he did receive a text from him saying, I'm okay, I'm okay. But he actually knew that it wasn't his friend because he was screaming on the phone. So there's no way. And he knew that his friend would get scared easily. Next thing you know it, and his friend will be screaming for hours. Next thing is that actually he said, lock all doors. I'm warning you, lock all the doors. And actually the kid got freaked out that he locked all the doors, and the guy said don't close the curtains. But now actually, because this was the challenge to see if he can get in. But actually now, next thing you know it, the kid actually doesn't go missing, but actually ended up surviving whatever happened. Next thing you know it, the kid finds out that there was a man in custody who actually said that he broke into his friend's house. His friend actually went to the hospital due to something happening. But now this is where it got super creepy. The next thing you know, actually the police investigated because they actually saw the man outside just standing in front of the front door. Next thing you know, the police actually got a catch of him, but actually, next thing you know, he didn't appear in jail. Next thing you know, he actually escaped jail into actually them finding him once again. Now after that, he disappeared permanently into actually looking at his file and to send the police saying that there wasn't such a file. Now after that, everybody got so scared because they actually think that man was from the video game. But if you look closely, he was wearing, actually, now this is where I don't, now this is where in the story, I didn't like John Wick then. He actually had a beard, the police actually said when they caught him, he had a beard looking thing, and he was actually wearing, a tuxedo. Now this was confirmed, and the kid said that there was type in Fortnite Season 3, the Reaper John Wick. After that, the police actually said that it was the same file. After that, they claimed that actually it could have been a video game curse where the kid actually went back into the video game, where John Wick went back into the video game. Now let's actually go over why I created this. Now I'm gonna remind you one more thing about the first one, about that kid doing the tale of actually, you know. Next thing you know it, I'm not sure, I actually kind of forgot what all I said, but now this is where I got freaked out. I actually decided that when actually the kid saw those people near Haunted Hill at Tilted, they were actually wearing something else. As we all know, the Nutcracker, in my opinion, is the scariest skin in the game, of course. And he actually had no pupils. Next thing you know, the Cuddle team leader, he was just all red. Now, actually, this tells you, be careful, kids. You don't know what the hell is lurking in video games. Now, guys, now I know a lot of you can see this, but now I want to start avoiding the John Wick because I could picture him standing outside. And tell me if you guys picture him in the comments. But guys, if you guys have any Fortnite Battle Royale creepypastas, just tell me in the comment section. Also, guys, I will be picking a shout out. I don't know when, but let's see what time it is from the clock tower, because I'm afraid of the clock tower. Even though it has amazing loot, it's kind of creepy. What? Wait a minute, guys. How did the time go from there, 5 minutes later, down there? Oh, that's fast. Also, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and tell me all your creepy stories that you've seen in Fortnite Battle Royale, because a lot of people have been reporting that there are hundreds of creepy stuff like this in the game. Also, guys, tell me why this is here, because in my opinion, this doesn't belong here, and now I'm kind of freaked out because of that. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So tell me your creepy stories. Also, guys, if you guys got any friends that actually spotted something creepy, then go ahead and tell me. Now, guys, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Also, guys, tell me if there's anything creepy that happened to you in Playground. To be honest, was there anything that creepy happened to you in Playground? Because, guys, I am 100% thinking that there is. Also, guys, happy birthday, the creators of, you know, happy anniversary for the creators of Fortnite, as well as congratulations on the guided missiles return and the jetpack. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace. What the? I'm doing something wrong. Okay.